accident behind it. I mean, he started to attack us, and it was basically at that point, in my opinion, him or us. Again, he almost killed Garen. Had it not been for, honestly, a little bit of luck and Vigil suddenly coming back from the dead, he would have died.
Okay, so Vigil comes back from the dead. This is the exact face he's making right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Just continue.
I know.
So Keiko, you guys kill Keiko in a fucking field. Vigil's
Yes.
dead. Garen's bleeding and unconscious. And then
I take Garen into the woods to try and...
Matrona says, "Did you loot Keiko as well?"
No. Actually,
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I think
you
it's...
did.
I did take his gold, and I kind of say that with, like, almost shame.
Yeah, he just fucking starts cracking up again. Brilliant. And Aaron's just full-on face-palming at this point. He's like, yeah, just continue.
Okay. So, and I'm, like, losing train of thought sometimes. I'm just like, oh, God, this is going so poorly in my head.
I move
So I
a little
described,
away
like,
from
trying
the
to keep
guy.
Garen
Super well.
for about 2 days, then I described that huge, massive explosion of fire. I was, like, almost on my deathbed trying to keep Garen alive, so I didn't go investigate myself. Later that night is when...
Can you explain the explosion?
I tried to describe it in the best details of where it was, what it looked like a pillar of fire, basically.
Give me a
And I
just a general
intervene.
intelligence check.
I intervene here. I say when we find them was right after the explosion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I sensed an overwhelming evil.
Matrona,
26.
Matrona smiles. You would know that it wasn't actually there was a pillar of fire, but the majority of the explosion was not actually fire. There was some
Okay.
kind of weird thing that you fucking don't recognize.
I go into great details to try and
You weren't
describe this evil. No,
You
The
didn't
evil
see the
people.
explosion. You heard the explosion.
no.
Yeah, so
But
I described the
intervened
explosion.
and told about the great evil I felt, like the god level evil.
Okay. Aaron kind of frowns. He says, "Well, did you guys go find out what happened over there?"
We couldn't find it.
Okay.
Belnan and Vigil, who he stumbled upon Vigil in the forest or going upstream with the river that we were at.
Yeah. How did you find
Found-
Vigil alive again? By the way, Belnan. They say he's dead. You
Yeah.
just find him alive in the woods a couple days later.
You told me about the evil guy in the party, or so I just searched for the first weak evil person I could find, and lo and behold, some crazy frog person was attacking the master dwarf.
He kind of frowns for a second. He's a crazy frog person.
Yeah,
Describes the character, I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah. I
Weird shit, man.
gave the frog person a chance to redeem his evil ways, but he didn't seem to understand, and I felt it best to slay the evil.
He totally just like nods. He just completely like agrees with everything that you just said. As fucked up as it was, he just completely agrees with you.
And
It's like, yeah, sometimes you have to
then
kill
I
people.
continued to, after I finding Vigil, I continued to search for another evil sign, and I found Karen.
That's
Okay.
when we caught up with him. They healed up our party, and we continued on to try and find the Goblin encampment, clear it out.
So at this point, Matrona just kind of smiles and he says, "When did you all put two and two together here?
What do you mean?
The encampment?"
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of looks at all of you and then looks at Aaron. And Aaron, you guys notice Aaron kind of shake his head. And Matrona just starts cracking up again. And Aaron says, "Continue."
Okay.
I interrupt him and say, Did you, Mighty Wizard, have something to do with the encampment?
Nope. I've been here.
All right, so I continue saying our scouting of it, that we wanted to destroy their, like, basically scout it and then burns down some of the buildings to test what their fortifications were like. Went back the next day.
How were they? He asked. Like he wants exact detail on this.
Right.
encampment.
So I described like the what you call a moat, Sobo.
Yeah.
with spikes around it. The drawbridge, again, about
No, it's
housing
a
around
moat.
300. I know.
The ditch.
It's a
Ditch.
moat.
Fair enough. Agree to disagree. But describe the moat. Describe the spikes on the other side. The small, like 4-foot wall with the hill kind of leading up to it. The number of buildings that I kind of saw and recognized, as well as about the capacity that I assumed would be, roughly 300 to 400 goblins could fit in that.
Nuts.
Started to burn it down. Basically, went back the next day, and during the night, apparently, one of our party members didn't wake us up for this, but they heard goblins going past us, but not towards us. We went in the next day. The town had been abandoned, and found the plant. And I try and describe whatever the fuck this plant thing is in the middle of the town.
I say it was a carnivorous plant, and it seemed to have life.
They both just kind of look at you and say, a plant?
A plant.
And I try to describe what the plant looks like.
Yeah, they both just like stop you and they go back and they're like, okay. Matrona says, look, so you're burning down the city.
Yeah.
Your dog casts a spell, burns down a hut. You guys run. You sleep for the night. You come back in the following morning. You guys apparently hear goblins leaving in the night. You come back in the morning. You burn down the city. Where does this plant come in?
When we went back the next day, there was just a plant in the center of the town.
Did you guys not watch the town?
We did, but I was not on watch when the goblins left to see what happened.
Okay. So what is it? What kind of plant is this? Is this like a flower? What?
And it's like, from what, like, the talking to the party when I saw him, like something somewhat like, it had 4 roots that kind of seemed very down, that when we approached later on, tried to, like, they uprooted and tried to attack us. It was green, pink towards the bud. One of the parties got a closer look inside of it and described, like, the bones and stuff that was inside of it. It gave off some kind of pheromone or something that caused people to hallucinate or suffer damage, so they were burning. Described the different symptoms that were felt around it as well.
It caused you to hallucinate.
Yes,
Everything it did was a hallucination.
So
it just in your mind was real.
Yeah.
Matrona and Aaron both frown at this news. They say, and the goblins? Where Aaron says, where are the goblins?
Nowhere to be found.
Well, so I described basically like that as we tried to attack us because it seemed hostile and dangerous to be left there. That
seemed super hostile. It was just sitting in the middle of the town on a well.
Well, again, we approached
flexing and shit.
I start getting close to it and shit start getting real.
I describe how we investigate the plant, and Vigil looked into the top of it, where it had some sort of liquid and bones, and clearly had something.
You should just say Vigil would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vigil would know more about the plant. He seemed to be the plant master.
Matrona sighs.
Anyway, so as
I'll be back.
Opens another door.
He says, I'll be back, and just like opens another portal, steps through it again. Roll me a couple. Like, did you keep drinking after he came in here and yelled at you?
Yes, I fucking keep drinking. I keep drinking until I pass out. Or
all right, roll me some fortitude. So like, Matrona comes in, like yells at you, takes your
that's
shit.
That's a fail.
Oh, that's a second fail. Give me just
fine.
a d20. Okay, you're okay. You're a little sick right now, but we'll say you get another like 4 checks in, another 4 drinks or so down before Matrona shows back up. Oh god, yeah, you're about to puke. Roll a d20. Oh, you don't vomit again. You're barely saving it, dude.
Can he please puke right as he comes in?
Okay, that's barely a pass now.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a fail.
Oh, he pukes right at
Roll a d20.
Hey, wait,
see how
that is 4 checks.
you're gonna vomit, dude.
Can he puke at Matrona?
Yeah, you puke.
Can he puke?
Okay.
You puke like right as Matrona walks in the door. Like Matrona opens a portal like right as you come through, and that's where he just sees you vomiting on the floor, and he says, "Lovely, absolutely."
Just what I was thinking.
lovely." You two, and he points at the 2 of you. Come here.
It's got worse.
And by the way, like every time he opens a portal and walks in here, everybody else in the place just shuts the fuck up. Like nobody's talking when Matrona walks in this building. And like and he's just like, "Hey,
Yeah,
you
I'll
two, come here."
I'll just.
You're
follow
being
him
really
immediately.
friendly today.
Would you like me to stop?
No, I think I kind of like you better this way.
It's okay, you guys are hilarious. Get in the portal.
I got through.
I
Okay.
kind of like stumble through.
If you stumble, he's just gonna push you. Let's see. What is this guy's actual?
Not so nice anymore.
Yeah, no, he just like shoves you in the back, and he doesn't fail at shoving you, and you go falling forward into the portal. Okay.
Active for a leg on the portal.
Yeah, so they stumble back through the portal behind you guys again. And Matrona says, "Now, cleric, explain to me what this plant was that your friends are telling me about.
What plant? I see a lot of plants.
The plant that you guys bumped into outside," and he kind of like cracks his neck a little bit.
Sorry,
That's okay, Vigil. Like,
Mr.
Vigil,
Matrona.
please.
So I'm like wasted, aren't I?
Yeah, you are fucked up.
So I'm
In the
super
goblin's
wasted, and I
camp.
have 6 intelligence.
Yeah, so
The goblin encampment, Vigil.
he Matrona just stands.
Yes. You
Matrona
mean-
says, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up," and he starts casting a spell. And at the end of it, you're sober as fuck, Vigil. Like
Oh.
all of the
Hangover.
booze has completely left your system.
Does this mean I can drink again, Silva?
Yeah, totally.
Oh fuck yeah!
You're literally.
still have,
It's almost. It's like you haven't had a drink of alcohol all day.
I thumbs up Matrona. You're talking about the plant Gosra told me about?
Yeah, the one in the city on the well that apparently you guys tried to attack for some reason.
Well, to be fair, he did.
What do you
tell
wanna
us
know
to
about
attack
it?
What was it?
I can't tell you exactly what it was, but I can tell you its properties.
And those were, and he like pulls out a pen and well, not a pen, but a quill and a piece of parchment.
It had 4 strong roots and many little ones. The 4 ones seemed to be able to animate themselves and move around as whips. It had a bulbous body, a pale green color, and then it kind of flowered up at the top. I had to stack some crates in order to see what was in it, but if you could imagine a Venus flytrap, it's much like that. It has a pinkish color for the inside of the flower. It also had some sort of yellowy digestive fluid, which was full of bones. So it basically baited things in. Then with the pheromones it put off, the hallucinogens, it trapped them inside until it could digest them.
Is it hallucinogens? What kind of hallucinogens?
Well,
What kind of hallucinations
Garen.
were you having?
Garen saw his sword as a viper.
Carter
Carter.
cracks half a smile.
Carter imagined that he was sinking into the earth, and I actually took damage from it, acid. It appeared that my skin was burning.
Okay.
Gosra said it is what installed fear among the goblins. It is what drove them out.
Matrona kind of laughs, says Gosra's a fool. Looks at Aaron and says, "We."
I grind my teeth when he says that.
Damn. Shot fired.
Can I just walk out? Do you need me? Do you need me for any more, or are the others sufficient?
I didn't need you in the first place. You're free
Why'd
to
you
leave.
come and get me? I'd leave.
Oh.
He says, "The rest of you, that'll be enough. Your payment." He kind of looks around his room for a second. Your payment will be delivered to the inn in the morning.
elemental.
Says elemental.
Did it
And I
mention
say,
it?
oh, yes. I
Yeah,
actually
it almost
forgot.
fucking killed me at night.
On our way towards the goblin encampment, we were attacked by a seemed fairly large and aggressive elemental of some kind that shot lightning and attacked us.
Says, "Did you guys happen to get a sample of that plant, by the way?"
I tried, but Garen fucking teleported it somewhere.
What? He
Yeah.
like,
And I was
he
like,
likes
that's what I
actually
was
like
trying-
kind of impressed, smiling. And he says, "You teleported it somewhere?"
Give it. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
I just frost ray and it disappeared.
Yeah, I was just casting a cantrip of mine, and arcane energies made it disappear.
He just kind of smiles and like tries to repress a laugh, and he says, "Yeah, I mean, I guess that happens sometimes."
I mean,
Gave
it
us
it
a lot
felt like
more
the spell went off
than
really well.
Yeah, I
I
mean
was
that's
just like, It's just real basic.
So did we get any samples of it? If not, it's fine. I can read through the library and figure out what.
I mean, I can just pull some of my blood out. I probably still have some of the hallucinogens.